Good morning to you, and welcome to our Monday morning live crafting. I hope you've had a nice weekend. If you're watching me live on Monday, let me move these ink pads out of the way. So my name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in Brackley, which is in the centre of England. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. If you are joining me live, then feel free to comment and message, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. If you're watching on catch up, then obviously you can leave a comment or any questions, and the same if you're watching on YouTube, you can add a comment or a reply. Morning, Carol. But obviously I won't get back to you live, but I do monitor those and hopefully respond to all of the ones that are there. So it's a dry morning this morning, which is always a good thing, that's for sure. And the stamp set I'm going to be using today is called Hydrangea Haven, and it's actually the stamp set that matches the projects in my class in a box for January. The class in a box doesn't actually use the stamp set for the projects, because obviously not everybody has the stamp set or wants the stamp set. So I thought I would do some crafting with the stamp set, just so that you can see some different projects. So morning to Molly, and morning to Jeanette, as well as Carol, who's already said hi. So this is the stamp set itself, Hydrangea Haven. You can find it on page 19 and 20 of the new mini catalogue. And one thing I like about this stamp set is if you're not into colouring, then you can use these block images to colour in the stamps themselves. Now they're not actually this size, this is 75% of the image. This is the actual size here, which you'll see obviously when I start crafting. But the stamp set itself has this lovely detailed hydrangea, and then the infills here. We have some extra leaves and infills, and then some more little flowers and infills and single flowers here, and then a nice selection of sentiments. Oh, morning, Bridie. So the world is better because of you. You make me smile. I appreciate all the little things you do. You're capable of amazing things. To an incredible woman. And then we've got little sentiments for you. With love, congrats, thank you, and I love you. And with the matching dies, there's some little tags that these sentiments all fit onto. As I say, they're bigger than that. This is the actual size. So the hydrangea itself is approximately two and a quarter, well, nearly 2.5 inches across that way, and 4 inches in that direction. So quite a sizable flower. And you can colour it in, or you can use the infill. So for today, as it's Monday, I'm going to be using the infill for some quick and easy cards. And I'm also going to be using my Stamparatus, because this is the perfect project for a Stamparatus. If you need to do a series of cards, then you can just load up the Stamparatus with the stamps, and then just keep inking and stamping, and know that you're getting it in exactly the right place every time. So I've chosen to do mine on note cards today. These are Whisper White note cards, and they have matching envelopes, and the size of those is 3.5 by 5, which I thought was a perfect fit. Yes, it will just. And I've got some layers of coloured card, and then this white Whisper White piece here is 3 inches by 4.5, and that will just fit on there, and which is handy because I've got a small space excuse me, for a sentiment. So I'll put those to one side. Now I've got a bit of shadow coming in from the right, so I'm trying to keep the right hand side clear. Let me just see if it's better if I put the lights on. It might well be, because it's just slightly dull this morning. Let me see if that's better. The only thing is we do get a reflection a little bit, but I think it will be better for you in the long run. So here's the Stamparatus, and what I'm going to do is pop my piece of card here. Actually, I might do it this way round. It doesn't really make any difference. Let's pop my magnet on there, and then I'm going to use the outline, and it will come as no surprise to you that I'm using Early Espresso. So what I'm going to do is position that, yeah, so that fits perfectly on those, for those note cards. Just make sure if you're placing this down that you allow it to relax, okay, because if I push that up a little bit and then stamp the infill won't fit exactly. It doesn't matter if it's slightly out, so just let this stamp relax, and do exactly the same if you're putting it onto a block. Don't try and put it onto a block that way. Just let it rest and put the block on top. Okay, so I'm going to pop this on here. Let's move this out a little bit, and I think I'm going to introduce another magnet, because this is, I haven't used this set and obviously it's particularly tacky to start with. Okay, let's pop that on there. I've got the foam mat underneath because it's a photopolymer stamp, and I want it to obviously to add that little bit of height and absorption. So just pressing that down. Looks like my Stamparatus is a bit dirty. There we go. Okay. So let me pop something underneath here. Move this across so that I know you can see it. And I'm sorry for the reflection. Let me just turn that around a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to use Early Espresso. If I put a piece of card onto here, you'll see the inking up a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and because it's a brand new stamp, I would normally ink it up and stamp it off a couple of times, but because I've got the Stamparatus, I might just ink it up a few times onto our piece of card. Okay, so this is the outline. Morning, Lynn. Hope you're okay this morning. Lovely Lynn has joined us. There we go. So I'm going to move these magnets out a little bit, like so. Oh, take that one out of the way. I'm actually going to just turn it over and redo it. Because I should have really stamped it up first. Oh, and Jill's joined us. Morning, Jill. So here we go. So inking up the hydrangea outside. Hydrangeas remind me very much of my childhood, as at the house I lived in with my mum and dad, they had hydrangeas in the front garden, right in front of the house. And they came up every year. They were lovely. And I remember my mum used to dry the flower heads and spray them in gold paint and use them for Christmas decorations, you know, table decorations and everything. Just going to move that out to do that end of that leaf there, like so. There we go. So there's my hydrangea, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a couple of these while I'm here, and normally I would just switch over to the other plate, but just to save faffing around, I will do them both here. So yes, I have a great fondness for hydrangeas. They seem to be making a comeback, but I wonder if it's local in terms of the ground that they grow in, because I grew up in Hertfordshire and they were very prevalent there, so maybe it was just that it was a good soil. I don't know. Yeah, they are lovely, and they come in so many different colours: blues, pinks, obviously purples and the like. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take that plate out, turn it over, and then I'm going to do the infill of the green for the leaves. So this is the infill here, and what I like about these is that they're already sort of watercoloured for you, so that the shading and everything is already done. So I'm going to pop this on top. And it's slightly larger than the leaf image, which is good because it means you've got a bit of leeway. Just looking for that stalk, really. If I get the stalk correct, I think that will work nicely. So I'm going to pick this up. I will take this one off actually, because you can't see otherwise. Morning Carol G, and morning Brenda. Thank you for joining us. Oops. I hope I get this back in the right position. I'm pretty sure it would be close enough anyway. Okay, so for my leaves, I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz to add that in. Yes, let me put that paper back underneath there so you can see where I'm inking. So, as I say, it's got some shading already in it, so that the work of that shading has been done for you, which if if you're not into colouring and the like, then it's a blessing really. Okay, pressing that down, there we go. So can you see it's got this shading already built into it? And let's do the hydrangea flower head. I'll just turn this one over just to wipe that one down. I don't know what I've done with my chamois. It's gone walkabout. Let me just grab another one. Sorry ladies. Chat amongst yourselves for a second. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, Ju has one in her garden. Always look grubby. Oh, bless you, Ju. Maybe they were just very old hydrangeas, perhaps. Okay, so this time we're going to put the flower head on. Just grab that from here. And again, it's larger than the stamp. Let me see if there's a... Yes, that looks like the way to do it. I'm looking at this bit here. There we go. So I'll pick that up. Pick that one up. Well, it's going to move, isn't it? Position this back in. So I've got two different colours of ink for the flowers. So one I'm going to do in the Rococo Rose and one I'm going to do in Highland Heather or Gorgeous Grape. So this is the Rococo Rose. This one features in the papers for Hydrangea Hill. So I'm going to ink this one up. And you can see there, pop this back under for a second, that automatic shading that's been sort of built into it. Okay, and again this is the first stamping, so I might need to do two because the first stamping tends to get rid of the release agent that's on the stamp itself. Okay, no, that worked. So there's one like so. And then if I bring the other one back, I can do the same thing. So we'll do the top first, and I'll do this one in Highland Heather, I think, and that will then match our two backing cards. I thought I'd lost my chamois again then. How very remiss of me. Right, so this is Highland Heather. There's not much Highland Heather in there. See what it looks like. There's one there. Oh no, that works. It's okay. There's a little bit up here. Yep, that definitely works. And then I'll just turn the plate over and do the green. Obviously, if you were just doing one stamp, then you wouldn't need to use the Stamparatus, but this is a perfect way to use it if you're doing multiple cards. So I think this will be my thank you card for the class in a box, as it uses the hydrangeas. Green. So I will leave it set up, and that enables me to do a whole set of cards really quickly. And I would do probably the stamped image. Yeah, I'll probably do all of the stamped images first. No, I don't know actually. Whether I do them individually, just have that all set up on the two plates. I'm not sure. Okay, let's move that one out of the way. Right, let's take this out of the way. So we've got a light purple and a pink Rococo rose here. So let's add a sentiment. So it's a nice little thank you here. Might be a little bit too small for that. Let's try it and see. Let's see what else I could use. You make me smile would be nice. Let's do that. I can find it now. There it is. Oh, let's see if that will fit in now. That would be too big. Yes. Okay. So there'll be one that's just right, won't there? To an Incredible Woman. Let's try that one. Because I know lots and lots of Incredible Women. Yep, that would just fit. And I'll just use a block for that one. And ink it in, of course, espresso. I'm just going to ink this one off a couple of times. Especially, oh, I made that line up without even thinking about it. Especially when it's fine text, you want it nice and crisp. So let's pop that on there. And if I was doing these with the sentiments all the same, I would add this onto the Stamparatus as well. There we go. Like that. So now I've got two backgrounds. I've got a little bit of ink carried over there. So what I'll do is cover that up with a gem. So these are the pearls that match the Hydrangea Hill papers. And as you can see, we've got Rococo Rose, we've got a pink Seaside Spray. So actually no, that's Rococo Rose, Highland Heather, Seaside Spray and Gorgeous Grape. So let's add Rococo Rose one in there. And these are all the same size and you get 4 different colours. They're absolutely beautiful. Like so. And let's do the same with this one. And these pearls are £6 for a pack, and this is a pack that's been cut up, so you get more than that in the finished pack. 2, 3. There we go. Move those out of the way. Thank you, Bridie. Okay, so let's layer these up. So this is our Whisper White note cards and envelopes, and I'm pleased to report that the new basic white products are in stock. The note cards and envelopes are slightly delayed, but they're expected any time soon. So that is always good. There we go. So your choice of glue, as I put my embellishments on already. I'm just going to use some of our multi-purpose glue. This is going to go onto Gorgeous Grape, like so, and then that is going to go onto our note card. Just a really simple, stunning card using the design artwork. As I say, if you don't like colouring in, this is a perfect set, because all the flowers have their, and the leaves have their own coloured in stamps. However, if you love colouring in, then this would be a great image to do. So I might do some of that tomorrow, and also to use some of the smaller stamps around the edges and things. So say a versatile set. Go. Pop that onto our note card. And I'm thinking I can pop some of the elements on the inside and also on the envelope, so I'll do that just as a finishing touch. There we go. Obviously you might like to add some Wink of Stella to the flower heads or the whole thing. I'm just going to dot that around. Now it's got the early espresso ink underneath, which if you get it very wet will potentially run, so just be careful not to completely soak it. Okay, just dab it in places, and obviously you can do the leaves as well, like so. But as I say, just be careful not to soak it, because the early espresso will run if it gets wet. If you can see that, probably not particularly, you might just be able to see it like that. So that's those two, and let's just add a little finishing touch. So I think I just stamp this little bunch of flowers. And I did use this in one of my sample cards. It's very sweet. There we go. So let's grab the envelopes. Those to one side, and I'm just going to put these in the corner, I think, in the ink colour that I've stamped, rather than do them in espresso. Thank you, Jeanette. Look after yourself. See you tomorrow at 5. There we go. How cute is that? I might do that on the inside. So they're like the individual petals, and they're quite easy, because they're sort of a broken edge, they're quite easy to you know, just sort of fit in together, she says. Isn't it funny, as soon as you say that? There we go. And you've even got the individual flower, so if I felt I wanted to add, you know, fill in that little gap, I could do that. So that's that one, and let me just do it in the Highland Heather. And that's us done for this morning. Goodness me. That went rather quickly, didn't it? might make this gorgeous grate because that Highland Heather needs a refill. There we go. Oh, hi Louise. Hope you're okay. So there we go, that on the inside. That's the outside, Louise, that we've just created. And then let's do the same. Oh, that was close. So I've got some ink on the envelope, but just lucky it was on the inside. You could all see that was going to happen, couldn't you? So just add this in. I love these little flowers. They are so cute. Like so. Let's put some on the back as well. Hope everything goes all right with your test, Louise. That's okay. I'm sure you can work this one out anyway. There we go. So that's the back. That's the front of the envelope. There's the card itself and the inside. And I'll just put some of these on the back of here. And we're done. So the name of the stamp set, wrong colour, is Hydrangea Haven. And it's this one here. Lots of different sentiments. Okay, there we are, Rococo Rose. So what I shall do when I've wrapped up here is that I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee and then set this up on the Stamparatus. Well, it's already set up on the Stamparatus, and I will, and there in the corner, stamp all the thank you cards for my Hydrangea Hill class in a box. And I think I'm going to go probably with those two sets of colours. I might add the Seaside Spray, which is that lovely light pale blue. So I've got 3 variations, but that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it should be Heaven, shouldn't it? Not Hydrangea Haven. That's true. So page 19 of the mini catalogue. There we go. And I do like that sentiment, so I think I'm going to use that sentiment as well. So thank you everybody for joining me this morning. I know a couple of you have got tricky day ahead one way and another. So just to know that I'm thinking of you both. And I look forward to catching up with you tomorrow. So we'll be live here at 5 tomorrow on Tuesday. On Wednesday it will also be 5. So for the rest of the week it will be 5 p.m. and that's because I've got a hospital appointment on Wednesday morning that cropped up quickly, so I don't want to postpone that. So I do apologise, but Wednesday will be 5 as well. So for the rest of the week we'll be here at 5 p.m. Thank you so much everybody. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, stay safe, look after yourselves and your loved ones, and hope you can keep crafting. Cheerio. Bye bye.